Do you think you might want to start selling on Etsy? Maybe you've been hearing about it on TikTok, or you've been looking up passive income stream ideas and you think Etsy might be the right one for you. Today, I'm going to talk about how to start on Etsy the right way so you don't make a bunch of these rookie mistakes. Etsy as a platform has a very low barrier to entry. It has low startup costs, and it's not like Amazon where you're going to need a lot of capital to get started. The earning potential is very high. It's virtually unlimited, and it's one of the very few platforms where you can actually build a brand where you can own your policies and you can create a really nice branded storefront. And I've sold over $1.7 million in revenue on the platform and well over $1 million in profit. And now I'm teaching over 4,000 Etsy sellers how to do the same exact thing. Now, the first step to get started on Etsy might sound obvious, but most people mess this up by overthinking it. You need to create your Etsy account. So you're going to go to Etsy.com, you're going to click sign in, and then we're going to click register. We're actually going to register with a new email address. Okay, and then we're going to click register, and then we're going to click sell on Etsy. Okay, and then we're going to click get started. It doesn't really matter what you put here. This is just for their market research on their customers. Okay, now we can start our shop. So the important things you want to do is put in your language, shop country. Now, this is where your shop is based, not who you want to sell to. So you want to put your own state. And then of course, you're going to put your own currency. Now, if you do select other currency, there are currency exchange rates and fees that you will be paying, just as a little heads up. And your shop location better match up with your payment account. This is very important. Okay, save and continue. Now, don't overthink what you're going to name the shop because you can literally change this at any point. I recommend just thinking of it as a placeholder for now, just to get it set up. If your shop name that you wanted is already taken, then you could add something to the end, like collective, boutique, shop, or studio, or gallery. And then this is very important. This is where you are going to enter your payment account information. This is where a lot of people mess things up and their shops get shut down. You have to be very clear about where your actual bank is located. You have to put in your accurate information. Now, if you don't have an LLC, you're going to start with individual or sole proprietorship. Most people will start with that. And this is specifically if you're in the US. So you're going to put in your country of residence, your legal name, your accurate birth date, and your social security number. Now, if you are putting in, let's say you are an LLC and you have an EIN, you'd put in the name of your legal entity, your LLC name, your address that you use when filing taxes, and then your business registration number. This is not your EIN, it's for your local jurisdiction. And then you'll put in your EIN. So this is very important that you do this correctly. And remember, you can switch at any point. If you are thinking, oh, I'm not going to set up my Etsy shop until my LLC is open, just open your shop as a sole proprietorship right now, and then you can switch it to an LLC at any time. The next step is to start filling out your shop profile, getting your banner in there, your announcement, your about section, your policies, your FAQs. Don't be a perfectionist here because you can always update this. Now make sure you do have a photo of your face. This is very important to seem trustworthy, especially as a new shop. Put in a logo. You can update this later. Simple is best. Avoid too much crazy color. All right, and then we're gonna add in a banner. Now, I do recommend going with a big banner because that's just more visual real estate for your products. If you upgrade, you can do the carousel as well as the collage. The collage is my personal favorite. And then you will go ahead and put in your announcement. So you'll want to fill this out completely. We have a full framework for this. If you scroll down, then you can see your about section. You can add video. I recommend doing production related videos if possible, photos of behind the scenes, maybe a photo of your family, something that really makes you feel like a real person. And then your about section will be very important, as well as links to important places such as your website, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. And then you'll put your shop members in here, anyone who works with you on your team. This will make you look more legitimate if it's not just you here. And then your policies and of course your FAQ, which are super, super important. Now let's get into the next step, which is the fun part of listing your products. And this is where most new sellers get stuck. It's with the question, what should I sell? But that is actually the wrong question. Instead of trying to think of what to sell, decide who you want to sell to. We want to choose customers with income that is consistent consistent so that your income as a seller will be very consistent by selling to them. We're gonna then get started with getting your listing photos together. Whether you do mock-ups or take the photos yourself, you'll have 10 very different listing photos in every listing to make sure they're high converting, using bright, crisp photos where the product takes up at least 80% of the image. Avoid outdated props, natural lighting, like true sunlight is best. Always remember, real person mock-ups are way better than AI mock-ups, and Etsy has great modern looking mock-ups as well. And then we're gonna create an optimized listing, because if no one's finding your listings, they're not buying them. And SEO is one of the main reasons how customers will find you. So when you're creating a listing, you're going to choose the category first. Let's pretend we are selling mugs. Okay, so drinkware, mugs, and then we'll click continue. And then you will select if it is a digital item or a physical item. Okay, so this is a physical item. You will say who made it and when. We're gonna say another person or company, and it's a finished product, and it's made to order. Then we want to add production partners. We could call it a print shop, creates high quality printed products with our designs. North Carolina. And then you're answering why you're working with them. Typically it would be, maybe you don't have the equipment. What is your role in the design process? Let's say that we are making the designs ourselves. Then what is the production partner's role? So typically with this, they do everything for me. Okay, done. So the print shop is now added as the production partner. So we're gonna do a placeholder title, but when you actually do this, you will do perfect SEO in your title, and then we will start uploading our photos. We're just gonna pretend. We're gonna add the video, right? The video really matters here. You're going to fill out your description. Make sure your descriptions answer all questions and anticipate questions. No flowery English. This is a pitch. So cover the materials, dimensions, set expectations to avoid complaints. And do not use ChatGPT for descriptions. You'll want to build a skeleton description and then reuse the framework. Now for pricing, you'll want to always consider your costs, your time, your materials, and your shipping, as well as Etsy's fees. But we want to start from humble beginnings here. We are not Gucci, we are not Prada. No one knows who we are yet. So this is not the time to be outpricing yourself. And then use variations whenever possible. And this is where you can impact your pricing and offer variations in pricing within a listing. And then you're going to go ahead and put in the details. So we have the core item, we have the category. This is the time where you'd want to put in the attributes. Now don't get too hung up on attributes, but do put in the material, primary color, secondary color, capacity, like the mug, right? If it's 8 ounce or whatever size it is. You can also click show all attributes to make sure you cover all of your bases, and then your tags. Now you want to use all 13 tags. This is super, super important. We want to stay consistent with our SEO as well. And then go ahead and use materials for extra keywords where relevant. Now, what should you do with your shipping? Okay, with shipping, I recommend that you build that in and bake that in to start with. Do not use the $35 free shipping setting. Just choose free or not. And then with your shipping profiles, right, you'll set up your processing profiles and your shipping profiles. You'll select your mail classes. And then remember, when we are selecting our mail classes, it's very important to scroll all the way down and select parcel select ground. And this ensures that the slowest shipping is free. And if they want it faster, then the customer will pay. Now with print on demand, they'll handle the packaging and shipping for you. But make sure if you are shipping things yourself that the packaging is really top notch. And then of course you'll have your return policy and your shop sections. Now shop sections are an important part of site merchandising, but make sure you never have fewer than 5 items per section. So think of your listing optimization as being like the storefront sign. If the sign is not lit up, then nobody's gonna come in, right? So optimization is necessary. You wanna do this right away. You don't wanna publish unoptimized listings and let them sit there. You really wanna get them updated day one. Now it's time to actually go live, but this is where you can really mess up your visibility. So start with manual renewal if you're new, turn off ads, and then focus on organic traffic first. You publish your listings, you're live. Now, where are the buyers? If your SEO is optimized, you should see a pretty big increase in traffic within 3 to 4 weeks of publishing a listing. Don't panic if you don't get traffic within the first day or two. Where should the traffic be coming from? First, SEO. Second, social media. And then Etsy ads is last. Now you can't run ads in your first week, so don't worry about that yet, but I do recommend really waiting to establish that product market fit before turning ads on. Just remember, traffic is not magic, it's a strategy, and it starts with SEO and socials. Now the next step is to deliver great customer service. Remember, remember, a happy customer is not just a sale, it's going to be a review, a referral, and a repeat buyer. So once you get orders, start implementing amazing customer service, right? You're going to go above and beyond, especially for those first 100 orders. Aim for a minimum of a 25% review rate. If you want a stretch goal, I would say a 40% review rate. Now, don't obsess over the daily stats once you have your listings published. Look for those 30-day trends at minimum. Gather the customer data and feedback in that first month. And just remember, you don't need to get 100 transactions or 100 customers. Just think about it like 10 customers that will come back 10 times. And this is why customer service is so important. Now, if you need help launching on Etsy and want to apply real e-commerce principles and strategies to make it a substantial business, then feel free to reach out to us. You can also comment below and I'll share a free resource. It's a great 16-step checklist for your shop. Definitely subscribe if you want more videos like this. And if you are interested in learning more about the SEO part that we talked about today, check out this next video.